Hello friends, so as you know I've got a YouTube channel where you can view my videos, and I also have my own video platform SupeRails.com. Now this video is actually an embedded YouTube video within SupeRails, and you see it has a lot of YouTube branding. 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I start playing a video
Hello.
and pause, I also have this ribbon that has recommendations not only for my content but for other creators' content. So you embed the player, but you don't really own the player, and that is the price of the free YouTube hosting. Now, if you look at another video that I have here, you see it doesn't have any YouTube branding, and it looks quite good. Now, it isn't an HTML5 player, it isn't wrapped in JavaScript, and I don't use active storage in this application at all. Actually, I'm using Vimeo, and I'm embedding the video via Vimeo. Why did I choose Vimeo? First of all, it is quite cheap, so I'm paying around $60 per year for hosting all my videos, and it is a fixed cost. So no matter how many videos I have and how much they have been watched, it is a fixed cost. So I've got all my videos here. Other cool things are that I get to customize my player without writing any additional code, and it's quite a nice thing to outsource. And there is some basic security here. So for example, I go to the embed settings of my videos, and you see I allow embedded in the videos only on specific domains, and it makes them a bit more secure from piracy, I guess. And I've got like the video, I've got thumbnails, title, description, I can add tags, and I can import all this information from Vimeo into my client application. Now, there are also other tools for premium video hosting unlike Vimeo. For example, I think these guys are using MUX, and if you go to the pricing of MUX, you see there is a fixed cost that can be like 3,000 per month. And yeah, there's like smaller plan, but bigger plans for them, for example, I think would be at least 3,000 per month. And you see, you pay for the storage. So the more videos you have, the more you have to pay, and the more viewers you have, the more you have to pay. So it is a very variable cost. And again, the cool thing here, I don't even have to have active storage or an Amazon S3 account. I'm just storing everything on Vimeo. Now, another thing that Vimeo is quite good at is the API. So let's try using the Vimeo API to get my videos and get a general feeling how you can use it. So first of all, I'm going to create an API application. Let's create one. Let's give it a timestamped name, 1858. Now, it is not going to be an or out application. It's just going to be me accessing my content. So I'm answering no here, create application. And now I can create an access token. So an unauthenticated access token will have access only to public videos, but I want to get my private videos, so I'm going to say authenticated. Basically, I'm going to get with authenticated, I'm going to get my private information, and I'm going to say that I want to access private videos. Generate the token. Here I have the token, and let's use it with the API. So here's the API reference and the basic API calls. So this is the root of the API. We can get something about a user, we can get the metadata of a specific video, or we can get all the videos of a user, for example. Let's try using it. So here I have a new Rails application. I'm going to create a job. Let's say Rails generate job Vimeo. And let's open Vimeo job. I will say access token equals the one that we have just created. The URL of the API is this one. So URL equals API Vimeo con. And I'm going to use Faraday gem to make API requests. So I will install the gem Faraday bundle add Faraday. It will add the gem Faraday to my gem file and run bundle to add the gem. And now I'm going to use Faraday. So I will say connection equals Faraday.new URL equals this URL do Faraday. And now I'm going to add the authentication. So I will say Faraday.request authorization. It will be with bearer, and it will be with this access token. And now let's try making an API call. So the most simple API call that we can make as an authenticated user is get/me. Let's say response equals connection.get /me. And let's run this job. Let's open the Rails console and let's say result equals Vimeo job.perform now. We have the result. Let's get result.body. Let's pass the result body. Let's actually do it here. Let's say if response.success, let's say return unless response success. We are going to continue only if it was a successful response. And we will say body equals json.pass response.body. Let's reload because we've done some changes in files and run the job again. Result, you see we have the information about this user. Let's get result URI, and we have this endpoint/users and our own user ID. Let's try making a request to our own user ID. I suppose it would give more or less the same. Let's say user ID equals body URI. And we're going to make a request to this endpoint. Let's again copy all of this. Reload. Now we are making a request not to just myself, but to a user by ID. And we get the kind of the same information because we made the request about the same user. Now let's try getting all the videos of a specific user. Now, one way we could do it would be, well, for ourselves, we can just get /me/videos, or we could get it with slash, I think, users slash the ID of the user slash videos. Let's get just our videos. So again, I will make the request. I will pass the results and display them. We don't need this. So reload, and let's get all our videos. Result, you see in total we have 520 videos uploaded. We have 25 per page with this API endpoint, and in data we have the videos themselves. Let's see, results, data, dot count, dot first. So we have the name of the video, the description, we have the player embed URL that I'm actually using, and you see the ID of the video. Here it is not the same as the ID of the embed URL. You see there is some additional character that we need to add that is quite unique for each of the Vimeo videos. And if we'll go further, we can also see the URLs of Vimeo images. So we have some different variants of Vimeo images that we can also import into our application. So I can kind of host both the videos and the thumbnails and descriptions and tags on Vimeo and import them all into my application. Okay, so here we have a list of videos and we get the first video. Let's just try to find one video by ID. Let's have a look at this first video and let's get its URI. Okay, let's try making a request to get just this video by ID. I will say response equals connection get slash videos and the ID, and let's get the video body. I will again reload because I've done some changes in the file. I will run the job, and in the result we have just this video. So we managed to get this one video by ID. Looks quite good. So yeah, this is the basics of how you can use the Vimeo API. Now let's try storing this information in our application. Now, we could store the name, the description, and so on as separate attributes on a video or on a post model, but we can also store them all in JSON, for example. So let's create a video model that will not have a separate attribute for everything. It will just have it will just store a JSON with this payload. So I will say Rails generate model video, and the video will have a Vimeo payload, JSON-B. Now, JSON-B, I think it exists only in PostgreSQL. It doesn't exist on SQLite, I think, but it is a like more performant way to pass JSON, I think. So let's go to our migration, create videos, and we'll just have Vimeo payload. Let's make it JSON-B. Oh, actually, here I have SQLite, so it's going to be JSON. Rails DB migrate. And let's try storing, let's try creating a video in our application and storing this payload. So I will say video equals video dot create, and Vimeo payload will be body dot to hash. Now it is important to make it to hash, otherwise it will not be stored properly. So this should create a Vimeo object in our application. Let's first try Rails console, video dot count none. Now I will run the job, Vimeo job perform now, and let's say video dot first. And you see we have this Vimeo payload. We have stored all the information, and we can pass it. Let's get the URI. Yeah, we need to get it within the payload. So video first dot Vimeo payload, and inside we can get the name or URI and so on. So I think it is a good idea not to store like just 10 attributes that you might need, but store the whole payload of the object that you got from the API and be able to do anything with it that you want. Okay, that's about it. So we managed to play with the Vimeo API. We got the information about our user. We got all the videos of a user. We got information of one specific video and created a video object in our database. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.